Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 26.1 Sage Estimating Desktop Release Summary. In today's video, we're going to walk through what's new in this release, and more importantly, how these updates will help you estimate faster, work more confidently, and stay focused on winning work without changing the way you already estimate. This release includes a mix of customer-requested improvements, performance and reliability enhancements, and a few thoughtful usability updates designed to make everyday estimating tasks smoother and safer. The highlights of the 26.1 release are as follows. The introduction of an estimate recycle bin that will give you a chance to recover a deleted estimate before it's permanently gone. The ability to edit estimate information directly in the Managed Estimates grid without having to open the actual estimate. And as mentioned, a series of usability improvements. First, let's talk about the estimating recycle bin. The estimate recycle bin is going to allow you to recover an estimate for whatever reason. Whether it was accidentally deleted or you just need to recover an estimate, you will no longer need to restore an entire estimate database just to recover a single estimate. You can access the recycle bin from the File menu or from the Estimate Management Console, the EMC. You'll notice there's a new icon in the ribbon to represent the estimate recycle bin. So, for example, I will delete that estimate. If I go into the recycle bin, you'll notice that I have a grid very similar to the estimate management grid. This is going to allow you to sort, group, filter, to help you, all these features to help you find the estimate that you're looking to restore. There's also just a standard search bar. To restore the estimate, you simply select the estimate and then hit the restore button. Conversely, if you wanted to delete it permanently, you would hit delete. You can select multiple estimates to restore, and then from the header, you would select the restore option, or again, conversely, if you want to delete multiple, you could select multiple to delete. If there is a naming conflict in the target branch for the restore, you have the opportunity here to select a different branch to rename the estimate to provide you a unique name. After restoring a deleted estimate, you'll see that estimate listed here. So you have an opportunity to open the estimate without having to research for it within the estimate catalog. So you see that estimate has now been restored. We also have an audit trail for all estimates that have been permanently deleted. Next, let's talk about editing estimate information in the grid. Up until now, if you wanted to clean up your estimates and make sure that, for example, all your estimates had a project type associated with them, you'd have to open up each estimate's information page individually, go into edit mode, make your change, save it, go to the next estimate, make your change, save each estimate one at a time. This can be a frustrating and time-consuming process, especially when you have a large number of edits to make. But if you're running dashboards, you need consistent normalized data in order to have good reporting. Up until now, there's not been an easy way to clean up the meta information on your estimates. Our solution is in the grid view of the estimate tree. To get there, we simply select a branch in the estimate tree, and we get the grid. This grid is accessible from Manage Estimates, which you can get to from the Estimate Management Console, the EMC, or directly from the file menu. Notice how I now have an Edit, Save, and Cancel button. In order to start making changes, I simply need to take a lock on the estimate by putting it into an edit status. There I can make a change. And to save, I simply hit the Save button. To show you some of the potential here, I'm going to use an example where I've set up one of the user-defined fields as a region. Let's just show you that real quick. Here I've taken this user-defined field, labeled it a region, defined it as a list, added some values to that list, and I've marked it here, as you can see by the red asterisk, as a recommended field. We'll go back to the grid view. And then I'm going to switch to a layout grouped by branch and estimator. And that shows me totals. And so you'll see that because region was marked as a recommended field, any estimates missing that value will be called out in red. This makes it clear what estimates I need to follow up on. And so what I can do is put all the estimates in that branch or in the branch I selected for the grid into edit mode by going to the header and clicking edit. You want to be careful because any estimate that is in a locked state will be unavailable to other users. So here I can select one of the values from the list, here region 0, and I can do a fill selected. Fill selected is going to differ from fill down that you might be used to in that it takes the value on the cell that I right click from and copies that down. And then I can save. And just like that, I've updated 10 or so estimates. Some of the other things you can do are you can align your estimate field types. So defining fields is a relatively new feature. If you defined a field and want to apply those changes to existing estimates, you can do that in the grid. So in this example, with region, I may not have defined that for these estimates. So you'll see here that there's still text. So what I want to do is copy this list of regions to these estimates. So again, I'll use the fill selected. First, put the grid into edit mode. And I have now converted region to a list. I can also copy the values. So now you'll see that for these estimates, region field is now available. Finally, I'd like to call out a few quality of life improvements. Copy and pasting directly from Excel into the spreadsheet, sending estimates to SCM projects, not just leads, dimension integration enhancements, WBS drag and drop behavior, and the return of open estimate. Copy and pasting from Excel is as simple as it sounds, but previously we have not been able to do this, and it's been requested quite a few times. But I can take some values from Excel, do a copy, and paste them directly into my spreadsheet. If I wanted to do overlines, I can just collapse there, and I can paste into my overlines as well. Sending an SCM project, sending to an SCM project. This estimate is integrated into Sage Construction Management. So I'll show you that right here. Go next, you'll notice in the integration wizard that I have project available as an option, not just lead. If I hit the search, and pull up a list of projects that I can send this estimate to. And dimension integration enhancements. If you look here, this measurement has some WBS values associated with it. So what you'll see now here is if I do a drag and drop of this value, and I drop it into estimating, the WBS values are now mapping into the estimate spreadsheet. Also, in the previous version, you could only grab the default value from the measurement list. Now I can grab a secondary value, drag and drop, and connect in the same way. It's important to note, for this to be enabled, you must select copy, drag, measurement links. On the spreadsheet, we got a lot of feedback that dragging and dropping items in between WBS sorts is difficult to track and very easy to do by accident. So what we've done here is we have added a warning so that if I grab an item, I drop it in, that I will be asked to confirm the move. I'll also have an option to not show the message again. If I hit yes, the item moves. We've also added it to the undo stack. So if I hit undo, we can undo the action. Finally, we brought back Open Estimate. We initially thought the estimate catalog was an enhancement to your workflows and made Open Estimate unnecessary. But enough people missed the original functionality that we brought it back. Open Estimate. It goes away just like it used to. For a complete list of enhancements and fixes, please refer to the release notes for 26.1.